Yeah, I think what we talk about is being intentional. At times we can be pretty passive and keep the ball moving from side to side, but when we break lines and we speed up the play, speed up our attack, that's when I think we're at our best. And then there's moments of the game that we do have to be patient and move the ball from side to side, but um, we have to rely on our athleticism. We're an athletic team, and when we have the ability to break lines and drive forward, that's when I think we're at our best.
In your attack excel, the importance of nine, how important is that? Just not who it is, but just how effective you know.
Yeah, I think that our nine can play in many different ways. They can come and support the attack and be another guy in the pocket and build up. They can be more of a poacher, number nine, like Ozaze, who is around the box, a lot more opportunistic. Uh, he's a big body. We want him, especially at the end of crosses, right in the box, with a defender on him, because he's very strong, being able to kind of get a shot off even with defender on him. So Danny's a little bit more of an in between, and Jordan's definitely more of a runner. And so being able to have different types of number nines in our same system is vital to our success.
Cristian, obviously you guys faced that Dallas team a couple weeks ago, 4-0 game. What differences do you expect to see from a team who's looking for revenge, for lack of a better word, tomorrow?
Well, it's a semifinal, and we all know that teams get ready for semifinals. They're going to be at home, so we expect a team that's going to be behind the ball, playing really hard defensively, and then they're gonna be a lot different, I think, in the attack. They're going to be smarter with the ball. At times we felt like we were able to press them really well when we won down there a couple weeks back. But this is going to be a whole different team. This is going to be a team that's motivated, that got a couple good results after we beat them, and so they're ready, I think. And it really starts from the first minute. We have to set the tone, and I'm sure they're going to try to do so as well. But this is a team that's ready. They've won championships before, and they have a good track record. They've done it before, so they'll be ready for a game like this.
To that extent, when you're sitting there in the defensive midfield and you got a Tech off one side, Hanks off another side, Royce maybe over your shoulder, what are the concerns going through your head knowing all of their different unique strengths?
Yeah, Royce definitely starts the transition moments, right? When he gets the ball, he's able to pick passes, and then we've got two dribblers out wide that are very fast. And so my job is to keep the team organized when we're in the attack, to recover transition, and just stop transitions in general. With good organization, second balls, fouling, winning the ball. So my job requires a lot. Against a team that wants to be a transition team.
Eli, you can go ahead and go over to Zoom whenever you're ready.
Yeah, Cristian, if you could just speak a little bit about what you saw from Snyder Brunell on Sunday, and sort of like the progression that you've seen from him over the last, I don't know, I guess couple years that you've been training with him.
Yeah, Schneider's a player that plays a lot with a lot of confidence. His ability to turn in small spaces, his ability to run up and down the field, his engine, is what separates him from a lot of younger players. His tenacity, his ability to get into a tackle. He's a very well-rounded player. And his movement in the box is clearly there. He has a knack for goal, and from the 8 position, that's really tough to teach. So Schneider's doing well. He continues to do well. He had a really good preseason with us early on. We always felt that he had that potential to be with the first team, and I'm glad that he's finally getting his chance, and not only getting a chance, but taking advantage of that chance. And so hopefully we can get many more appearances for him. But he's got, a good player in front of him in Obed to be able to learn a lot from. And even though Obed's so young, he can learn a lot from Obed, and be just as good as him.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, hey, for Jackson's question, we answered defensively. Offensively, what is your?
Yeah, offensively.
How's what they help?
Yeah, offensively, my role is to start attacks, right? Like, you know, get the ball, whether from center backs or from a bounce from the higher line. Usually a center back will play to someone like Obed Jesus or Alex, and then they will drop it towards me. And now I'm looking at the entire field, right? And so switching point of attacks, playing into pockets, as well as playing over the top. You know, that's the way I start attacks. And then once we start the attacks, now my role kind of shifts into, all right, how can I avoid uh, or sustain, I guess, sustain attacks by winning second balls, by being in a really good position. And so sometimes my attacking is a bit defending, right? In the sense that I'm trying to put myself in a really good spot so I can sustain attacks for our team.
Jackson finishes off.
Christian, wanted to ask you about Andrew Thomas. I know you won't be facing when you're practicing penalties out here, but from what you see, why is he so good at penalties?
Yeah, he's his strength, right? His ability to spring makes him different than a lot of goalies, right? He can wait on the line a little bit um longer than most goalies because he's able to spring off the line a little bit more. But he also it has really good timing and anticipation. So if the run up is slow, he'll make sure he waits. If the run up is fast and he understands that the player shoots it with a lot of power, he'll jump a little bit early. And so his ability to do that and read the game a little bit makes him really good in penalties.
Do you see his ability to get people in people's heads too?
Not as much, to be honest. We haven't seen that in training, at least. But in the game, you know, we saw a little bit of that, you know, talking to the crowd and whatnot. But yeah, his ability to read the player is also something that he does really well.